All right, back playing another game of PC Replay Baseball. Now we're in the 1956 season. We got a game between the Tigers and the Indians. Tigers won this game in real life 7-6. Neither starter did very well. Garcia only lasted 2 innings for Cleveland. Detroit starter Miller only lasted 4 innings. So it was a wild 7-6 game won by Detroit. We'll see what happens here in the replay. Detroit scored most of their runs in the actual game early. They scored 2 in the first and 4 in the third. Cleveland made a bit of a comeback, scored 4 in the seventh, but they could not come all the way back. So here we go. In this replay, they're both 2-1, these two teams. So Bill Tuttle will lead it off against Garcia. Tuttle's 2 for 11, 182 average. And here we go. We got a 5 in column 5 and a ground at a third. And there is one out. That'll bring up Earl Torgeson. He is 2 for 12, batting 167. And now we're going to get a new number a new raised number for column 2. Gene Woodling is a 4. He's going to need this new number to be a 3 or less, and 3 or less is 1 to 4. And looks like in the 56 season, the ballparks are set for a 1d6 roll and not a 2d6 roll. Some seasons there are 2d6 options, and some there isn't. So here a roll that comes up to a number of 3 or less will be an out. So that's 1 through 4. And it's a 1. So the raised number changes to a 1, which is under Woodling's 4 fielding, and he makes the play. 2 out. That'll bring up Al Kaline, who hit 27 homers and batted .314 that year. He's 5 for 10 this season, but he strikes out there. So that's the end of the top of the first inning. And Cleveland will come up. Sorry, just took a sip of tea. Now we'll end the play. And we got Bob Miller on the mound. Not a terrible year, 3.74 ERA with a 1.35 WHIP, but he was 3-8. I think both these teams were over 500. Cleveland a little bit better than Detroit in 56. They were 88 and 66. I think Detroit won 82 games. Bobby Avila will lead it off. He's 3 for 12 to start the season. And this is a righty-lefty single. 47 in column 3 is the righty-lefty splits that are built into Replay Baseball. And he's on first for Gene Woodling. And that is gone. That is a 13 in column 6. No shaded area there. That's just a straight home run for Gene Woodling on a 13. And Cleveland jumps out in front 2-0. Woodling hit 8 that year. Al Smith will bat now with nobody on and nobody out. And there's a ground out. 5 in column 4. Grounded a second. And that is... well, that's interesting. I wonder if... I just have to double check something. Let me check something in the options for the 56 season. I think I have something set that I don't normally play to. Oh, it's not letting me go to... It's not letting me go to it. I think I have it set for doing random fielding for column 4, which I usually don't do, but we'll see how that plays out. I have to change that back after this game. Al Rosen will bat against Bob Miller, and that's a ground out. And that is the second out. Yeah, those... oh, you know why? Oh, I see why it would happen. Bob Miller is an extreme ground ball pitcher. I didn't pick that up right away. I didn't see that Bob Miller is an extreme ground ball pitcher. So he has 2 6-row column rolls that revert to column 4, and that's why those two went to second base. I was wondering why the ones were going to second, but I didn't realize they were actually column 6 rolls that are reverting to column 4 because he's an extreme ground ball pitcher. Okay, mystery solved. So that's why those plays went to second base, because they were actually 6-1s. And 6-1s going to second base. So Bob Miller got a lot of ground balls in his 56 season. And now we got a looping drive. K-line's a 5. The raised number here is a 3, so he's going to make that play. And that's the end of the inning. We didn't even have to roll for a new number there. That was just a unshaded 3, and K-line's a 5. So he makes that play. And Garcia is not an extreme pitcher, so he has normal results. And Harvey Keene will lead it off. And that is a righty-righty lineout. So here's the righty. Here's again, it's a righty-lefty built into the system. But here, since they're both right-handed, it's a lineout instead of a base hit. And here's Ray Boone. Ray Boone is 3 for 11. It looks like on the season. There's a 13 and a base hit to left for Boone. And there's a runner on first, 1 out for Frank House, who is 1 for 12. And there, yep, you put the hit and run on. So now we use the hit and run part of the player's cards, and it's a ground out to third. But with the runner moving, he gets to second. I don't put on a lot of hit and runs in replay, but they have their own chart for that and their own results in the bottom of their card here for hit and run. Runner on second, 2 out for Charlie Maxwell, who's 1 for 1 on the season. And here we're going to get another raised number. This one's shaded, so we got to get a new number. Al Smith is a 3, so he's going to need it to be under a 3. And the only results that are under 3 are for dice rolls 1, 2, and 3. And it's a 6, so that's a base hit. And that's going to score the run. So it's now a 2-1 ball game. And with 2 out, Reno Bartoya will come up, and that is an 11. That's a possible home run. Only on a 6, though. 1 through 5 is a base hit. He hit 1 home run in 66 at-bats. And that's just going to be a base hit. So runner goes to third. First and third, 2 out. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Miller. Let's see what kind of hitter he was. He was only a 103 hitter, so not much of a hitter. First and third, 2 out. And this is going to be an error check, though. This is going to be an error check, a 13 in column 4. 12 to 16 are error checks. It's got to be over a 45, and it is at a 65. So an error on Avila with the pitcher up. They had a chance to get out of the inning, but instead the game is tied at 2. So it was wild in real life, and it's starting out wild here. Tuttle will come up first and second, 2 out, and that's an out. 35 in column 6, so that's going to end the inning. But Detroit ties it, and it's 2-2. Bottom 2, and Jim Busby will bat. He's 1 for 12 on the season, and here's a rare play check. 58 to 62 are rare play checks, but it has to be a 3 or a 5, otherwise it will not be a rare play. And a 1 is just a foul out check. 1 through 4 will be a foul out to the catcher, and it is a foul out to the catcher. 5 and 6 would have been in the stands. So that is the first out. Bring up Chico Carrasquel. 7 homers in real life that year. And this is just a 38 and a ground to the third, 2 out. That'll bring up Earl Averill, and he strikes out. So that's the end of the second. So we go to the third, and Garcia is going to face Torgerson. And again, we got a rare play check, although again, it might not be a rare play, and an even number is not. It's just a dribbler in front of the mound. We're going to roll against Torgerson's 4 speed, and it has to be higher than a 4 to be out, and it's not, so that's a little infield single for Torgerson. And he is on first to lead it off. That'll bring up Al Kaline. And a 22 is off the glove, I believe. Yep, that's a base hit off the fielder's glove. And the runner only gets to second. So first and second, nobody out for Harvey Keene. He hit 12 homers and batted .332 in 1956. So far, he's 3 for 12 with a homer on the replay. And another rare play check. Again, we haven't had a rare play yet out of these, and we still won't. That's another dribbler. Now here, with less than 2 outs, you have a choice of who to throw out. Unfortunately, they're all 4s, so it doesn't really matter. We might as well go for the lead runner since they're all 4s, I guess. And we need a 5 or a 6. We don't get it. Bases loaded. That was an interesting situation where all 3 base runners were 4s. So we got the bases loaded, nobody out. And yeah, I think we'll just look to turn the double play and minimize the damage here. Ray Boone is 4 for 12. He's batting .333 with a homer. And that's a strikeout. That's a 5 in column 1. see the carrot, but it would have to be a pop-up. It'd have to be a 7 or higher to actually turn that into a sac fly. But with a 5, it's a strikeout, and strikeouts are always strikeouts. So the carrot is ignored. So bases loaded, 1 out. Still going to play back for the double play, and Frank House is going to be up. He's 1 for 13. He batted 240, but he did have 10 homers in 56. And this is a 37. That is going to be, I believe, a double play, and it is a standard 4-6-3 double play. And that is going to get them out of the inning. Wow, what a big double play. So Garcia comes up big with the bases loaded, nobody out. He gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the third. Garcia, again, not much of a hitter here. And 32 is a fly ball out to left. And there is 1 out, nobody on. That'll bring up Bobby Avila, who's 4 for 13 on the season with a 308 batting average. And he strikes out. 5 in column 2 is a strikeout, just like in column 1. Nobody on for Woodling. And that's an 11, and he is hit by the pitch. And there's a K, so we're going to have an action chart roll. We're going to roll on column K of the action chart for a possible steal attempt, but as you can see, not very successful. And he is caught stealing. So that ends the third. We go to the fourth. Good game, 2-2. Garcia is going to face Maxwell. And 33 is a lineout. It just missed it. 34 is a double, but a 33 is a lineout. You can see 34 to 37 is a double, but he got the 33 line out to center field. 1 out. And that brings up Bert Toya, 5 for 12 on the season. And again, we're going to have a range rare play check. But again, no rare play. Dribbler in front of the mound. Bertoya is only a 1, so that does not bode well for him. And he is out. So that's 2 out for Miller. Oh, they're pinch hitting for Miller. That is interesting. They're going to bring a pinch hitter in the 4th inning of a 2-2 game. Now, it is true that he came out around this time in the actual game. So that's interesting. And there is a strikeout. So that was an interesting computer move. Usually don't see such a quick hook. But we saw it here. And it does match kind of what happened in the actual game. So Bud Black is coming in. 150 whip and a 3.6 ERA that year. Has not pitched so far in 56. And Al Smith will lead it off in his 2-2 game in the bottom of the 4th. And there's a short fly ball to center field on a 6. A 7 would have been a single, so he just missed his hit. 1 out, nobody on for Al Rosen. Rosen's 2 for 13, so a slow start for him. But that's a double. 34 in column 3 is a double to right. And we got a runner on second with 1 out for Vic Wertz. Wertz is 3 for 11. He has 2 home runs, and he hit 32 that year. But that's a strikeout. So Bud Black comes up big with a strikeout there. 2 out. And it's going to be up to Busby, who did hit 12 home runs in 56. And now we're going to get a shaded area, so we got to go to the ballpark card for a new column 3 number. We're going to add that to the pitcher's 3. He needs it to be a 5 or a 6 on the die, which would change the number to a 4 or a 5, which would give him a base hit. But he doesn't do it. It's a 1. Added to the 3 is a 4, and that is just a short fly to right, and that ends the inning. So we got a pretty good game going here. 2-2 in the 5th. Garcia still in there for Cleveland. He's going to face Tuttle. He is an S6 with a 5 raised number. So he's okay right now on stamina, and he gets a ground out to short. 1 out. 4 in column 5. It's just a ground out. That'll bring up Torgeson. And that is a 37 in column 2, and that's just a grounder right back to the pitcher for the 2nd out. So 2 out, nobody on. 2-2 game, bottom 5. Al Kaline is up, and here we go. And that is a rare play check. And that's just a dribbler again. K-line is a 4, so 5 or 6 to get him out, and a 4 is an infield single. So K-line's on first with 2 out. One of those days where we're getting a lot of those results. And Harvey Keene will bat with 2 out. And 12 is a base hit in column 1. It's a single up the middle. K-line gets the third with 2 out. Runners on the corners, and Detroit's threatening to take the lead. Ray Boone will bat. And 18's a deep fly out. Deep fly out to left, and that ends the inning. So Garcia gets out of it, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 game, and Chico Carrasquel will lead it off. And there's a 24, and that's a walk. And we might, I don't know if we have a wild pitch or a pass ball check or not on this result. We do have it, so we're going to roll to see if there's going to be a wild pitch or a pass ball. Wild pitch, and black is a 0, so it will be. Anything is going to be over 0, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So the runner gets to second with nobody out. And that is the go-ahead run. They're bringing the corners in, but Averill towards the bottom of the order is just going to swing. He's not going to bunt here. And that's a 41 and a strikeout in column 6. That's a big strikeout. 1 out. Garcia up. He's pitching well, though, so unlike the computer, I don't think I'm going to have a quick hook here. I'm just going to let him swing with the runners already in scoring position. And a 21 is a deep fly ball to center field. Does get the runner to third with 2 out now. And that's going to bring up Avila with a chance to give Cleveland the lead. And that's a righty-righty line out. So there, the lefty-righty, but it's 2 righties, and it's a line out to end the inning. If he was lefty, it would have been a base hit. All right, so we go top 6. Frank House will lead it off against Garcia. And a 38's a ground ball out to third, 1 out. Bring up Maxwell. Charlie Maxwell. And 18 in column 2 is a fly out to left. 2 out, nobody on. Garcia pitching a good game here. He outdid his performance in the actual game for sure. And Reno Bartoya will be up. And that is a walk. A 9 in column 5. So he is on first with 2 outs. He's only a 1 base runner. And let's see if they pinch hit for Black. Nope, he's batting. And a 5 is a short fly to left, and that ends the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 2-2. Good game. Detroit 2-8-0, Cleveland 2-3-1. Black was kept in the game, and he's going to face Woodling. And that's a base hit. Single to left, 13 in column 2. Woodling is on to start the inning. And that'll bring up Al Smith. And a 17 in column 2. That's just a fly ball to center field. Lazy fly that Tuttle puts away. 1 out. And that will bring up Al Rosen. A 21 is a deep fly out to center. Rosen just missed it. So 2 out. Runner on first. Vic Wirtz, the batter. And there's a 9 in column 5, and that's a walk. So first and second now with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Busby. Chance for the Indians here. But he struck him out. Big strikeout for Black. 6 in column 1. And we're going to go to the 7th. Good game. 2-2 game here. Top 7. Garcia's still out there for Cleveland. And Tuttle is going to lead it off. And that's a ground ball out to Chico Carrasquel at short. 1 out. Easy play. Bring up Torgerson. Batting 200 on the year. And that is a ground ball out to second base. So 2 out. Nobody on. And Al Kaline. Of course, Kaline he's in scoring position in the batter's box. He's got good power. But that's just going to be a ground ball to second and an easy inning for Garcia in the 7th. So 7th inning stretch time. go to the bottom of the 7th, bottom of the order for Cleveland. Chico Carrasquel will lead it off. And 32 is a fly out to left, and that is the first out of the 7th inning. Earl Averill will bat, and Garcia due up. And that's just a grounder to second. 2 out, nobody on. And 2 out, nobody on. I don't have the heart to take Garcia out right now. I'm going to let him hit. And he is going to walk. So Garcia gets on base with 2 out. He is a 1 base runner, unfortunately. So Avila will bat. And they are switching. Black went to his B grade, so they're bringing in Duke Moss. And he did not have a good 56. 6.54 ERA and a 178 whip. And that looks like a walk to Avila. First and second, 2 out. Of course, you're not supposed to know what kind of season a guy had when you're at the beginning of the year. So you don't know he's going to have a terrible year when you bring him in. First and second, 2 out for Woodling. It's hard to use these guys when you're making the decisions because they had such a bad year, but he pitched 63 innings, so you got to use him. First and second, 2 out for Gene Woodling. And we got a 2-2 game, so the game is possibly on the line here in this at-bat. And a 38, and he gets out of it with a ground to the third. So we're going to go to the top of the 8th. 2-2 game. I've left Garcia in because he's pitching well. But he is going to have to face some good hitters here. Harvey Keene leading it off. And that's a ground ball out. Ground to the third. Rosen takes care of it. 1 away. Bring up Ray Boone. And that's an out. That's a fly ball to center. 2 out. So Garcia's pitching a game. Didn't have a bad year, 3.78 and a 145 whip. He won 11 games, pitched 197 innings. Frank House batting for Detroit, and that's a short fly to center. He just missed a hit. That's a 6 in column 3. A 7 is a base hit, but a 6 is a short fly to center. So we're going bottom 8, 2-2 tie. Cleveland looking to get a run. Duke Moss is out there. It seems like he's vulnerable with not having a great year, but let's see if Al Smith can take advantage of it, and he does. There it goes, Al Smith. Hits 16 and 56, and there it goes. Al Smith gives Cleveland a 3-2 lead. And Moss does come back to bite Detroit there as he gives up the home run. Al Rosen now up. And that was a 7 and a pop out, 1 out. Sorry, I was looking away for a second. Vic Wirtz with 1 out will bat. And that is a righty-lefty base hit. So there's another one of those lefty-righty switch, lefty-righty things that are built into the replay engine in column 3. And they're often at 3-6, or maybe always at 3-6. So runner on first with 1 out. And Busby will be up. And he will bat. And that is a out. The Rays number is a 2. K-line is a 5. So the 2 is under the 5. So K-line is able to make that catch. That wasn't shaded, so we don't have to re-roll. It's just a 55-2. And that Rays number has to be under the fielder's range and a fielding rating. And K-line catches it. 2 out. And that'll bring up Chico Carrasquel. Moss trying to get out of this inning without further damage. But there's an error check on Boone. An error check on Boone. He's a 25, so anything over a 25, and it's a 66. 66-2. That's a 1 base error. So first and second 2 out. Moss wasn't too good to begin with. He certainly doesn't need his defense failing him. Earl Averill, they have the lead now. He will bat, and he grounds out, and that will end the 8th inning. But we're going to go to the 9th. So now the question is, do I bring in a reliever? Their 2 best relievers in 56 were Mossy, who saved 11 games, and actually Narleski, who had a big year. He only saved 4 games, but he had a 1.52 ERA. They have lefty, righty, righty coming up. Mossy's lefty. Narleski is righty. I feel like Garcia gave us what he needed to give us. Let's go to Mossy and see if he can save this game. And Here we go. 3-2. Maxwell, Bertoya, and Moss, who will be pinch hit for. And that's a walk right off the bat. Mossy walks Maxwell. Lefty-lefty matchup, but Mossy walks him. Runner on first, nobody out. Now Bertoya's a 5 bunter. We'll bring the corners in. Runner on first. Let's see if they even let him bat. They could pinch hit for him. They are going to pinch hit for him, so let's see who they bring in. Another lefty, Bellardi. 3 bunter, 279, 6 homers. I'm going to leave the corners in. Runner on first, nobody out. And he swings, and a 6 is a 2-ball count with a runner on first. So it could have been a walk, but it's not with a runner on first. So it's just a 2-ball count. We're going to get another pitch. And that is a 32 in column 6, but it reverts to column 4 because he's a fly ball pitcher. And it is a pop out to third base. So here we have the reverse of what we had with the ground ball pitcher. Here you see Mossy. He has a 4-2 and a 4-5 that revert to column 6 because he is a fly ball pitcher, not a ground ball pitcher. So in this case, that 4-1 became a 6-1-2. So it became a 6-1 and a 6-2, or a 32 in column 6 and a pop out to third base. So this is the reverse. This is what happens when you have an extreme fly ball pitcher and you get those C6s in column 4. So 1 out, runner on first, and let's see who they pinch hit for. Moss. And they're going to use Jack Phillips, the righty. 295 average, 354 on base percentage. Only 1 home run, though. Runner on first, 1 out. Looking for the double play to get out of it. They are righty-lefty, but we're going to leave Mossy, and he saved 11 games. Oh, he's bunting now with 1 out. Look at this. This is an interesting call. So we're on the sacrifice bunt chart. He's a 3 bunter. And he does sacrifice the runner over to second. It is the second out, though, so they give up the out to get the runner in scoring position. So that was interesting. I would not have done that with a 295 hitter with 1 out already, but runner on second, 2 out for Tuttle. We're going to pitch to Tuttle. He's a 250 hitter with 9 homers. Torgeson was a 260 hitter with 12 homers. He is lefty, but we're going to try and get Torgeson for the game here. Runner on second, 2 out. Cleveland leads at 3-2. Can Mossy get Tuttle? Tuttle is up, not Torgeson. So here we go. And a 36 in column 1 and a grounder to third, and Mossy saves it. So this was a good ball game. 3-2. Cleveland gets the win. There you go. Signing off. Good ball game. Garcia was excellent. Mossy saves it. Detroit falls a little short. Cleveland wins it 3-2. And thanks for watching.